Do you feel like your English is always in pieces, never complete? Maybe you know words, but you cannot make a phrase. Maybe you know phrases, but you cannot make a full sentence. And when it is time to speak, your mind becomes empty. Does this happen to you too? I know that pain. I lived that silence. But I also found a way out, a simple method that can change everything. If you can learn 30 words, 30 phrases, and 30 sentences together, you will see how English starts to live inside you. This is the problem most learners face, and this is the solution you are about to discover. Stay with me, because today I will show you how something so small can make the biggest change in your English. Chapter 1: Why Just Words Are Not Enough. When I first started learning English, I believed one thing. I thought if I memorized a long list of words, then one day I would speak English well. So I bought a small notebook and I started writing down new words every day. I filled page after page. At first, I felt proud because the list was growing, but when it was time to speak, I could not. The words were in my notebook, but they were not in my mouth. I opened my mouth and nothing came out. That is when I realized something very important. Just words are not enough. Many learners make the same mistake. They learn 10 new words today, 20 tomorrow, maybe 50 next week, but when someone asks them a simple question in English, they freeze. The words are like pieces of a puzzle scattered on the floor. They are there, but they don't connect. And if they don't connect, you cannot make a picture. You cannot make meaning. You cannot make a sentence that feels alive. That is why only memorizing words makes you feel stuck. Think about it. If you only know the word water, what can you do with it? You can write it down, maybe say it alone, but does it help you in a real conversation? No. But if you know the phrase, drink water, now it starts to make sense. And if you know the sentence, I drink water every morning, now you can use it in your life. Suddenly, English is not just a word in your memory, it is a sentence that you can speak, a sentence that you can live. I want you to imagine this clearly. A person learns 100 words, another person learns 30 words, 30 phrases, and 30 sentences. Who will speak better? The answer is simple: the one with sentences. Because words are like seeds, but phrases and sentences are like trees. A seed without growth stays small, but when it grows into a tree, it gives fruit, it gives shade, it gives life. That is how English works too. This is why so many learners feel frustrated. They tell themselves, I know many words, but I cannot speak. And they feel they are not smart. They feel maybe English is not for them. But the truth is different. The problem is not you. The problem is the method. Words alone cannot carry you. You need phrases. You need sentences. You need to connect. Now I want you to ask yourself, do you only collect words or do you use them to build? If you feel like English is always slipping away from you, maybe this is the reason. You are carrying bricks but not building a house. You are collecting paint but not making a picture. You are learning words but not creating English. But here is the good news. You don't need thousands of words to start speaking. You don't even need hundreds. What you need is connection. You need a small group of words, phrases, and sentences that belong together. When you learn them as one, they stick in your memory, they stay with you, and most importantly, they give you confidence to speak. Imagine you go to a shop. You want to ask for water. If you only know the word water, maybe you just point and say water. You feel shy. You feel like a child. But if you know the sentence, "Can I have some water, please?" then you feel stronger. You speak politely. You sound more natural. And that makes you feel good. That makes you feel you are really learning. This is why the idea of 30 words, 30 phrases, and 30 sentences is so powerful. It is not just study, it is transformation. You are not filling your brain with random words. You are giving yourself a tool, a set, a small world of English that you can actually use. And when you use it, you feel alive. You feel progress. You feel fluent, even with simple language. So remember this lesson today. Words are only the beginning. They are not the end. If you stop at words, you stop at the start. But if you move to phrases and sentences, you open the door to speaking. You move from silence to expression. You move from knowing to living English. And that is the reason we are here together. Because I want you to stop wasting time only on words. I want you to learn in a way that gives you power, speed, and confidence. I want you to feel the joy of speaking. That is why in this video, we will not stop at words. We will connect them. We will grow them. We will use them. And you will see how 30 simple words can change everything. Chapter 2. The Missing Link. Phrases and Sentences. When you look at English, you may see many words. You may think if you collect enough words, you will be ready. But then you try to speak. The words do not come together. They stay separate. They feel lonely in your head, and you feel lonely too, because you cannot say what you really want to say. That is the moment when many learners lose hope. They believe something is wrong with them. But listen to me carefully. Nothing is wrong with you. The missing link is not inside you. The missing link is inside the way you learn. The missing link is phrases and sentences. Think about your own language. Did you first learn by saying single words? No. You did not only say water, food, or school. You learned them in real sentences. You said, "I want water." You said, "I go to school." You said, "I eat food." That is why you became fluent in your language. Not because of single words, but because of living sentences. This is the secret many English learners forget. They try to build a tower with only bricks. But a tower is not only bricks. It is design. It is balance. It is connection. Words are the bricks. Phrases and sentences are the design. Without them, the bricks fall apart. Now imagine this. You know the word book. Alone, it is simple. But when you put it in a phrase like "open the book," now it has action. When you make it into a sentence like "I open the book every night," it becomes part of your life. Suddenly, it is not just a word in the dictionary, it is your sentence. It is your English. It is your power. And when you repeat this again and again, your brain starts to think in English naturally. I want you to feel how powerful this is, because many learners tell me, "I know words, but I cannot use them." And I always answer, that is because you have not connected them yet. You are trying to build a road with stones, but the stones are not joined. You need cement to make a path. Phrases and sentences are that cement. They give strength. They give direction. They make your words walk forward. Do not be afraid if you feel stuck. This is not the end. This is the turning point. Once you start building phrases, your English changes shape. Once you create sentences, your English starts to breathe. And when English breathes, you do not only know it, you live it, you feel it, you use it. That is the real goal. Not just knowing, living. Let me give you another picture. Imagine you know the word coffee. Just the word. Can you use it to talk to someone? Maybe, but you feel small. Now add a phrase. Drink coffee. It feels better. Now add a sentence. I drink coffee in the morning. Suddenly you can share something about your life. You can start a conversation. You can answer someone's question. And the most beautiful thing is this. The more you use these sentences, the more you start thinking in English without trying. This is why phrases and sentences are the missing link. They are the bridge between learning and speaking. Without them, English is like a car without fuel. The parts are there, but the car does not move. With them, you can drive, you can travel, you can go anywhere. And every time you add new phrases and sentences, your road becomes longer, wider, stronger. So if you feel lost, remember this. You do not need to know everything. You just need to connect what you know. You need to take one word and grow it. Grow it into a phrase. Grow it into a sentence. That one seed becomes a tree. That one word becomes your voice. And your voice is the beginning of confidence. This is the path we are walking together in this video. Step by step. Word, phrase, sentence. Each one is connected. Each one builds the next. And when you see how simple it is, you will never be afraid again. Because now you know the secret. Words are not enough. But words with phrases and sentences, that is the way to fluency. That is the way to freedom. Chapter 3. The Power of Learning Together. When you learn English, the biggest mistake is separation. Some people only study words. Some people only repeat phrases. Some people only memorize sentences. But the real secret is not in separation. The real secret is in learning them together. When you connect words, phrases, and sentences in one set, your brain remembers them faster. Your tongue speaks them more naturally, and your confidence grows stronger. This is the power of learning together. Think about it like a family. A single person can live alone, but life feels lonely. The house feels empty. But when a family comes together, there is life, there is warmth, there is meaning. Words alone are lonely. But when they live with phrases and sentences, they feel alive. They support each other. They belong. And when your brain sees this family of English, it says, "Ah, now I understand." That is why this method is so powerful. Imagine you learn the word apple. Alone, you can only say apple. But what if you connect it? Add the phrase, eat an apple. Add the sentence, I eat an apple every morning. Now see the difference. The word is not alone anymore. It is part of a phrase. The phrase is part of a sentence. And the sentence is part of your life. When you say it out loud, you feel strong because you are not just saying apple, you are sharing your life in English. Your memory also becomes stronger when you learn this way. If you only repeat apple 10 times, tomorrow you may forget it. But if you use it inside a sentence, your brain connects it to meaning, to action, to emotion. You remember longer because the word has a home. It is not floating in the air, it is inside a story. That story stays with you. That is why you can remember easily when you learn together. I want you to imagine this like a chain. Every chain is made of links. If you only have one link, it is nothing. But when you connect many links, the chain becomes strong. You can pull with it, you can hold with it, you can trust it. In the same way, one word is weak. But when it connects with a phrase, and that phrase connects with a sentence, suddenly you have strength. You have a chain of English that cannot be broken. This is the reason why many learners who try this method see fast results. They are not learning random words that disappear after a day. They are learning connected words, phrases, and sentences that grow together. They speak faster, they remember more, and they feel less afraid when it is time to talk. Because their English is not just a list. Their English is a living, breathing system. And let me tell you something important. You do not need thousands of words to feel fluent. You do not need long grammar rules. What you need is connection. With only 30 words, 30 phrases, and 30 sentences, you can already express yourself in many situations. You can talk about your daily life. You can answer simple questions. You can even start conversations. This is not a dream. This is real. You just need to try it. So from now on, stop thinking of English as pieces. Think of it as a whole picture. Each word is a color. Each phrase is a brushstroke. Each sentence is part of the painting. Alone they look small. Together they create beauty. Together they tell your story. And that is what English is for. To tell your story, to share your voice, to make you feel confident when you speak. When you start learning like this, something magical happens. You begin to think in English without trying. You do not translate word by word in your head. You do not pause too long. You speak with flow because your brain remembers the full sentence, not just the pieces. And the more you do it, the faster you grow. That is the power of learning together. So remember this always. Words are important. Phrases are important. Sentences are important. But the real strength comes when you bring them together. Together, they make you unstoppable. Together, they make you confident. Together, they make you fluent. And this is the path we are building step by step in this journey. Chapter 4, Step 1. Choose 30 words that matter. The first step in this journey is simple, but it is also the most powerful. You must choose your words, not just any words, not difficult, heavy, complicated words. You must choose 30 words that matter to you. These words will be the foundation of your phrases and sentences. They will be the roots of your English tree. If the roots are strong, the tree will grow. If the roots are weak, the tree will fall. That is why the choice of words is so important. Many learners make the mistake of picking random words from a dictionary. They look at a page, they copy 10 words, and they feel they are learning. But when the time comes to use them, they cannot. Because those words are not connected to their life. They are not alive in their mind. They are only on paper. That is why you must choose words from your own world. Words that you use every day. Words that are close to you. Words that belong to your life. Think about your daily routine. You wake up, you eat, you drink, you go outside, you meet people, you do small things. Inside this routine are words waiting for you. Water, food, book, phone, chair, bed, walk, work. These are not big words, but they are powerful because they belong to your day. When you choose these words, you will never forget them, because you will see them every day. You will touch them every day. You will live them every day. That is how your English becomes real. Do not feel shy about choosing simple words. Some learners believe they must choose advanced vocabulary to sound smart. But fluency is not about advanced words. Fluency is about using words naturally. Imagine someone who knows the word metamorphosis, but cannot say, "I am hungry." Who is fluent? Who can live in English? The answer is clear. It is not the person with the big dictionary, it is the person with the living words. Simple words create real sentences. Real sentences create real confidence. Now I want you to do something with me. Close your eyes for a moment and think of your life. What are the 30 things you touch, use, or see every day? Make a list in your mind. Maybe it starts like this: water, food, book, phone, bed, table, chair, pen, bag, friend. These are your words. They are not just words in English. They are part of you. And when you say them in English, you are saying your life in a new language. That is powerful. When you pick these words, write them in a notebook. Keep them with you. Look at them in the morning. Look at them at night. Speak them out loud. Do not only write them, feel them, say them, taste them, touch them, make them real. Because these 30 words will not just stay as words. They will soon grow into phrases. They will grow into sentences. And those sentences will give you a new voice in English. I want you to feel excited about this, because when you start with words that matter, you will not forget. You will not feel empty. You will not feel lost. You will feel strong. You will feel ready. And most importantly, you will feel progress. Every time you use one of these words in a phrase or sentence, you will know you are moving forward. That small step will give you energy for the next step. So today, your job is simple. Choose your 30 words. Do not wait for tomorrow. Do not think too long. Just look around you. Pick the words that belong to your life. Write them down, speak them, keep them, because these 30 words will be the key that opens the door to your English. And when the door opens, you will see how easy, how simple, and how beautiful learning can be. Chapter 5, Step 2. Turn words into phrases. Now that you have your 30 words, it is time to give them power. A word alone is like a seed. It has life, but it cannot grow without soil, water, and sunlight. The soil and the sunlight in English are phrases. A phrase gives your word action. A phrase connects your word with other words. A phrase makes your word useful. That is why this step is so important. Turning your words into phrases is the beginning of speaking. Let's look at an example. You chose the word water. That is good. But if you only know water, what can you do with it? Not much. Now connect it. Make it a phrase. Say, drink water. Suddenly the word becomes alive. It is not only a thing anymore, it is an action. It is something you can do, something you can say in your real life. Now let's take another word. Book alone. It is quiet. But when you make it open a book, it becomes action. When you say read a book, it becomes your life. You see how powerful this is? With one small change, a single word becomes a real tool in your English. This is how you must look at every word in your list. Do not stop at the word. Push it into a phrase. Connect it with another simple word. Add eat, drink, open, close, go, come, see, make. These little helpers will turn your words into phrases that you can use every day. And once you do that, English stops feeling like pieces of a puzzle. It starts feeling like a real picture. Your brain also loves this step, because your brain does not remember single words very well. Single words are like floating clouds. They move, they disappear. But phrases stay longer because they have meaning. They are stronger. They are easier to remember. If you only repeat chair, you may forget it tomorrow. But if you say sit on a chair, you can see it in your mind. You can imagine yourself doing it. That picture in your head will help you remember. That picture will make the phrase yours. And here is something magical. When you practice phrases, you also begin to feel natural rhythm in English. Because phrases are not only words, they are sound, they are music. Listen to yourself when you say, drink water. Listen to open the book. There is a flow, there is a beat. When you repeat phrases many times, that beat becomes part of you. You will start to speak with more confidence because the rhythm of English is entering your mouth. Do not be afraid to keep it simple. Some learners want long phrases, but long phrases are not always better. Short phrases are powerful. They are easy, they are strong, and they are the bridge that takes you to sentences. The most important thing is to connect your words. Make them alive. Make them move. Now I want you to try this. Look at your own list of 30 words. Take one, then ask yourself, what can I do with this word? If the word is phone, you can make use my phone. If the word is food, you can make eat food. If the word is bed, you can make sleep in bed. It is simple, but it is powerful. Because now you are not only learning English, you are building English that you can actually use. So remember this step clearly. A word is only the beginning. A phrase is the path. With words you know what things are. With phrases you know what to do with them. And when you repeat them every day, they will stay with you forever. This is the secret to making English a living language in your life. Chapter 6, Step 3. Grow them into sentences. Now we come to the most exciting step. You already have your words, you already turned them into phrases, but now it is time to make them fly. And the wings of English are sentences. A sentence is where your English becomes alive. A sentence is where you move from learning to speaking. And the truth is, you do not need hundreds of rules to make sentences. You only need your words and your phrases. Because when you put them together, sentences are born. Think about it this way. A word is like a single star. A phrase is like a small group of stars. But a sentence is like the sky. It shines bright, it has shape, it has beauty. Without sentences, you cannot tell your story. Without sentences, your English stays silent. But when you make sentences, you can talk about your life. You can answer questions. You can ask for help. You can share your feelings. You can connect with people. That is the real goal of English, not just knowing, connecting. Let me give you an example. You had the word water. Then you made the phrase drink water. Now let us grow it. Say, I drink water every morning. See how simple that is? One word, then a phrase, then a sentence. And this sentence can live in your life. You can say it to yourself when you wake up. You can say it to a friend if they ask about your habits. And every time you say it, your English becomes stronger. Let's try another. The word is book. The phrase is read a book. The sentence becomes I read a book before I sleep. Again, this is your life. You are not only memorizing, you are speaking about what you do. And this is the beauty of learning this way. Your sentences are not random. They are real. They are useful. They are about you. That is why you will remember them easily, because they are part of your daily story. I want you to feel how powerful this is. Many learners waste years studying grammar books. They try to understand every rule before making a sentence. But the truth is, a child does not learn grammar first. A child speaks sentences first. They copy, they repeat, they grow naturally. and then grammar comes later, as support. You must do the same. Do not wait to be perfect. Start speaking sentences today, even if they are small. Small sentences create big confidence. When you grow your phrases into sentences, your brain also learns faster. Why? Because a sentence has meaning, action, and feeling. It is not just language, it is life. When you say, I drink water every morning, your brain connects the words to your habit, to your body, to your routine. That connection is strong. That connection will make you remember without struggle. And here is something magical. When you know one sentence, you can easily make 10 more. From, I drink water every morning, you can say, I drink coffee every morning, or I drink tea every morning, or I drink juice every morning. One sentence gives birth to many more. That is how your English grows quickly. You are not learning hundreds of sentences separately. You are growing them from one strong root. So today, I want you to look at your list again. Take your phrases, push them into sentences. Do not be afraid. Keep them simple. Keep them close to your life. Do not try to sound like a professor. Just speak like yourself. Speak like a human. Speak honestly. Because honest, simple sentences are stronger than perfect grammar that you never use. This is the moment when your English starts to feel real. You are no longer a learner only collecting words. You are now a speaker building sentences. You are now creating English that belongs to you. And once you taste this feeling, you will never want to stop. Because every sentence you speak is a step toward fluency. Every sentence you repeat is a step toward confidence. Every sentence you own is a step toward the English life you dream of. So do it today. Take your phrases and grow them into sentences. Say them out loud. Repeat them again and again. Make them part of your day. And soon you will see something amazing. You will not only know English, you will speak it, you will live it. And that is the power of sentences. Chapter 7: The Magic of Repetition. You now have your words, you have turned them into phrases, you have grown them into sentences. But there is one more secret that will make them stay forever. That secret is repetition. Repetition is not boring. Repetition is magic. It is the key that takes something from your head into your heart. It is the tool that makes your sentences natural. Without repetition, words will come today and go tomorrow. But with repetition, they will live inside you forever. Think about how a child learns to speak. A child does not say a word one time and then stop. A child repeats it again and again. Sometimes 10 times, sometimes 100 times. They say the same sentence every day until it becomes part of their thinking. And slowly, without fear, without stress, they become fluent. That is the magic of repetition. It is not about doing more. It is about doing the same again and again until it feels easy. I want you to imagine something. You take the sentence, I drink water every morning. You say it one time, nothing changes. You say it 5 times, it feels a little better. You say it 10 times, it starts to sound natural. You say it 20 times, now you can say it without thinking. And here is the miracle. When you can say one sentence without thinking, your brain begins to think in English. You are no longer translating. You are no longer stopping. You are speaking. Some learners feel shy about repeating. They think, if I say the same sentence many times, maybe I am wasting time. But that is not true. Repetition is never a waste. It is building. Every time you repeat, you are putting one more brick in the wall of your English. You cannot see it at first, But slowly the wall grows taller, stronger, unbreakable. And one day you will look back and say, I built this with my own practice. Even your memory loves repetition. The brain is like a muscle. If you train it once, it will forget. If you train it every day, it will grow. That is why you cannot just learn a sentence one time. You must live with it. You must repeat it in the morning, repeat it at night, repeat it when you are walking, repeat it when you are cooking. Say it to yourself in the mirror. Say it to yourself in bed. The more you repeat, the more natural it becomes. Repetition also gives you confidence. The first time you say a sentence, you may feel nervous. Your tongue may feel heavy. Your voice may feel weak. But after repeating it again and again, you feel strong. You feel brave. You feel ready. And when someone asks you a question in English, the answer comes out without fear. Because you have repeated it so many times, it has become your second nature. This is the magic I want you to experience. Do not just learn 30 words, 30 phrases, and 30 sentences. Repeat them until they become part of you. Repeat until they are no longer study. Repeat until they are your habit. Because fluency is not about knowing once. Fluency is about repeating until you never forget. So today, choose one sentence, repeat it 10 times. Tomorrow, choose another. Repeat it again and again, and do not stop. One day you will realize that your English feels natural, that you are not trying anymore, that you are living in English, and it all begins with the magic of repetition. Chapter 8. Speak out loud, don't just read. There is one mistake that many English learners make again and again. They read, but they do not speak. They collect words in their mind, but they never let them out of their mouth. And because of this, they know English in their head but cannot use it in real life. That is why this step is so important. If you want English to stay with you, if you want English to become your voice, you must speak out loud, not once, not sometimes, but every day. Reading is good. It helps you learn. But reading alone will not give you fluency. You can read 1,000 sentences in your mind, but if you never speak them, they will disappear. Your brain will know them, but your tongue will forget. And when the moment comes to talk to someone, you will feel stuck. You will feel nervous. You will say to yourself, I know the words, but I cannot speak. And you will think something is wrong with you, but nothing is wrong with you. The only problem is this: you did not train your mouth. Speaking out loud is like exercise. Imagine you read about running every day. You know how to move your legs. You know how to breathe. You know how to run. But if you never run in real life, your body will not be strong. The same is true for English. Reading is learning about running. Speaking out loud is running. And if you want to be strong, you must run. You must speak. I want you to try something simple. Take one of your sentences. Maybe it is, I drink water every morning. Read it quietly in your mind. Easy, right? Now say it out loud. Say it again. Say it 10 times. Suddenly it feels different. Your mouth moves. Your tongue works. Your ears hear your own voice. And your confidence grows. That is the difference between reading and speaking. Reading is knowledge. Speaking is action. And only action brings change. When you speak out loud, your brain also learns faster. Because you are not only seeing the words with your eyes, you are hearing them with your ears. You are feeling them with your mouth. All your senses are working together. And this makes the sentence stronger inside you. This makes it impossible to forget. That is why people who speak out loud learn faster than people who only read. Speaking out loud also removes fear. At first, your voice may sound strange. You may feel shy. You may laugh at yourself. But the more you speak, the more natural it feels. Soon you will enjoy hearing your own English. Soon you will trust your voice. And that trust will make you ready to speak with others. Because before you speak to the world, you must speak to yourself. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Do not wait for a partner. Do not wait for a classroom. Your partner is your own mouth. Your classroom is your own room. Your audience is yourself. Start today. Start now. Pick a sentence. Say it out loud. Repeat it. Smile as you say it. And watch how your English grows stronger each time your voice touches the air. So remember this. English is not meant to live only in books. English is meant to live in your mouth. English is not only for reading, English is for speaking. And when you speak out loud, you are not just practicing, you are transforming. You are turning English from silent knowledge into living power. Chapter 9. Create your own 30-30-30 journal. Now you have words, phrases, and sentences. You have spoken them out loud. You have repeated them. But how can you keep them safe? How can you make sure they stay with you and never disappear? The answer is simple. You need your own 30-30-30 journal. This small book will not only hold your English, it will hold your progress. It will hold your confidence. It will become your best friend on this journey. A journal is not just paper. It is your English world. It is the place where your 30 words live. It is the home where your 30 phrases grow. It is the garden where your 30 sentences bloom. And when you open it every day, you will see your English smiling back at you. You will see proof that you are moving forward. You will see your own success written with your own hand. That is powerful. Many learners make the mistake of keeping everything in their head. They tell themselves, I will remember. I don't need to write. But memory is tricky. Words come in and go out. Without a journal, you lose them. With a journal, you keep them. Every time you write, you are building a treasure chest of English. And one day, when you look back at the first page, you will realize how far you have come. That moment will give you hope. That moment will give you strength to keep going. Your journal does not need to be perfect. It does not need to be big. Even a small notebook is enough. What matters is not the size. What matters is the habit. Each day, add your words, write your phrases, grow your sentences, and do not just write them once. Come back to them, read them, say them, repeat them. Turn each page into a living practice. When you do this, your journal becomes a mirror of your growth, a mirror of your dedication. Imagine this. You open your journal in the morning. You see the word water. Next to it, you see the phrase drink water. Then you see the sentence, I drink water every morning. You say it out loud. You repeat it 5 times. You close the book. Later in the day, you open it again. You read it one more time. At night, before bed, you say it once more. By the next day, that sentence is yours. It is not just a line in a notebook. It is part of your English. And this happens again and again with every page. A journal also gives you freedom. You can add drawings. You can add colors. You can write small notes in your own language if it helps. You can make it creative. The more personal it feels, the more connected you will be. And the more connected you are, the faster you will learn. This journal is not for your teacher. It is not for an exam. It is for you. It is your personal tool for fluency. Do not underestimate the power of this simple habit. Great changes come from small steps. Writing your words, phrases, and sentences in one place may look small, but it is the step that builds memory, discipline, and confidence. It is the step that makes you feel English is real. And when you keep going, page after page, day after day, you will have a book full of your own English story. So start today. Take a notebook. Name it My 30-30-30 Journal. Write your first word, write your first phrase, write your first sentence, and promise yourself that you will fill the pages. Because every line you write is a step closer to fluency. Every page you fill is a victory. And one day, when you look back, you will not just see words, you will see your journey. You will see your growth. You will see the proof that you never gave up. Chapter 10. Connect with your daily life. The real power of English comes when it becomes part of your daily life. It is not enough to keep your words in a notebook. It is not enough to say your sentences only in practice. You must connect them to your life. You must use them when you wake up, when you eat, when you walk, when you work, when you rest. This is how English moves from being a subject into being your second nature. This is how English becomes your friend. Think about your morning. You wake up, you see the bed. You can say in English, I get out of bed, you drink water. Say, I drink water every morning. You look in the mirror. Say, I see myself in the mirror. You are not just living your day, you are practicing your English. Every action becomes a sentence. Every moment becomes a chance. This is the secret to fluency. Not extra time, not long hours, but using your real life as your classroom. When you do this, learning feels easier. You are no longer trying to remember random sentences. You are speaking about what you are already doing. And because it is real, you remember faster. Your brain loves connection. If you say, I eat breakfast while eating breakfast, your brain locks that sentence inside you. It does not forget. Because it is not only a sentence, it is a living truth. It is a part of your life. Do not wait for perfect grammar. Do not wait for big words. Start small, but connect them to your daily life. If you sit on a chair, say, I sit on a chair. If you use your phone, say, I use my phone. If you walk outside, Say, I walk outside. These simple sentences may look small, but together they make a strong base. Together they build fluency. Because fluency is not about big, difficult words. Fluency is about using English in real time, in real situations. I want you to imagine this. You are cooking. Normally you cook in silence, but now you speak. You say, I cut the vegetables, I wash the rice, I cook the food. Suddenly, English is in your kitchen. Or you are walking outside. Normally, you just walk. But now you speak. You say, I walk on the road. I see a car. I see people. Suddenly, English is in your street. Everywhere you go, English goes with you. And the more you do this, the more natural it becomes. This is why connecting English to daily life is powerful. Because life never stops. Every day you do things, and every day you can practice English with those things. You do not need to wait for a teacher. You do not need to wait for a class. Your teacher is your life. Your classroom is your world. Your sentences are already waiting for you. You just have to speak them. The best part is this. When you connect English to your daily life, it never feels like study. It feels like living. It feels fun. It feels easy. And you will start to notice something amazing. Slowly, you will not translate in your head. Slowly, you will not pause too long. Slowly, you will begin to think in English. Because English will not be separate anymore. It will be part of your day, part of your actions, part of you. So today, make a promise. Do not keep English only in your notebook. Do not keep it only in your practice time. Take it into your daily life. Speak it in your room. Speak it in your kitchen. Speak it when you walk. Speak it everywhere. Because the more you connect English to your life, the faster you will feel fluency. And the day will come when English is no longer a task. It will be your voice. It will be your life. Chapter 11. Mistakes are your teacher. Every learner is afraid of mistakes. Maybe you are afraid too. You think, what if I say it wrong? What if people laugh? What if I make a fool of myself? These thoughts are heavy. They stop you from speaking. They make you silent. But let me tell you a secret that can change your life. Mistakes are not your enemy. Mistakes are your teacher. They are the signs that show you are learning. Without mistakes, there is no growth. Without mistakes, there is no fluency. Think about how a baby learns to walk. A baby falls again and again. Does the baby stop? No. The baby stands up, falls again, and keeps going. Every fall is a lesson. Every mistake brings strength. And one day, the baby walks. Then the baby runs. The same is true for English. Every time you make a mistake, you are one step closer to fluency. You are falling forward. You are growing stronger. The problem is not the mistake. The problem is fear. Fear makes you stop. Fear makes you quiet. Fear makes you believe you are not good enough. But the truth is different. Every great speaker, every fluent person, every confident learner has made mistakes. Many, many mistakes. The only difference is They did not stop. They used mistakes as steps. They used mistakes as teachers. And that is why they became fluent. I want you to remember this deeply. If you never make mistakes, it means you are not trying. If you only stay silent, you may look safe, but you are not growing. But if you speak and make mistakes, you are moving forward. You are practicing. You are learning. You are building real English. So the next time you say something wrong, do not feel bad. Smile, because that mistake is proof that you are on the right path. Let me give you an example. You want to say, I drink water every morning, but instead you say, I drink water every mornings. Is this wrong? Yes. But is it bad? No. Because now you know, you feel it, you hear the mistake. And next time, you will correct yourself. Without trying, you would never learn. Without speaking, you would never know. That small mistake has become your teacher. Mistakes also make you brave. The first time, you may feel nervous. The second time, you feel stronger. The third time, you feel even better. And soon, you will notice something magical. You are no longer afraid of speaking. You are no longer afraid of being wrong, because you know that being wrong is part of being right. Every mistake brings you closer to success. I want you to think about your own journey. Maybe you made mistakes before and someone corrected you. Maybe you felt embarrassed. Maybe you felt weak. But today, I want you to change the way you see it. That correction was not to hurt you. It was to guide you. That mistake was not to stop you. It was to move you forward. And if you can believe this, nothing will stop you. So speak with courage. Do not wait for perfect sentences. Do not wait for a time when you will never make mistakes. That time will never come. The perfect moment is today. Speak now. Make mistakes. Learn. Correct yourself. And move forward. Because the only people who fail are the people who stay silent. The people who speak, even with mistakes, always win. So remember this truth. Mistakes are not the end. Mistakes are the beginning. They are your best teacher. They are your secret power. And if you accept them, if you welcome them, you will grow faster than you ever imagined. Because mistakes are not a sign of weakness. They are a sign of courage. They are a sign of progress. They are a sign that you are truly learning. Chapter 12. From 30 to 300 to Fluency. You started with 30 words, 30 phrases, and 30 sentences. At first, it looked small. Maybe you thought, how can such a small number help me? But now you understand. These 30 are not small. They are powerful. They are the foundation. They are the key. And once you master them, you can move to the next step. Because 30 is not the end. 30 is the beginning. From 30, you can grow to 300. And from 300, you can grow to fluency. Fluency does not come in one day. It comes step by step. It comes word by word. It comes sentence by sentence. And this method shows you how simple it can be. You do not need to study hundreds of grammar rules at once. You do not need to memorize thousands of words at once. You only need a small, strong set that grows with you. Once you master one set, you add another. And slowly, without stress, your English grows like a tree. I want you to imagine something. You start with your first 30. You practice them. You speak them every day. After a few weeks, they feel natural. They belong to you. Then you choose your next 30. Now you have 60. You grow them the same way. Phrases, sentences, repetition, speaking out loud. Soon you add another 30. And suddenly, you realize you already know 90 words, 90 phrases, and 90 sentences. That is huge. That is powerful. And the most important thing is this. You are not just memorizing. You are using them. You are speaking them. You are living them. This is how fluency is built. Not in one big jump, but in many small steps. The mountain looks high, but you climb it one step at a time. The sea looks deep, but you swim it one stroke at a time. English looks big, but you master it one set at a time. And every set gives you more confidence. Every set makes you stronger. Every set proves that you can do this. Some people give up because they try to learn too much at once. They fill their notebooks with hundreds of words, but they never use them. They forget quickly. They lose hope. But you are different. You are walking the smart way. You are building slowly, but strongly. And that is why you will succeed. Because you are not chasing speed. You are chasing strength. And strength will always win. Now think about your future. If you can master 30 words, phrases, and sentences, you can master 60. If you can master 60, you can master 100. If you can master 100, you can master 300. And if you can master 300, you can speak about almost everything in daily life. You can travel. You can make friends. You can talk about your feelings. You can live in English. And when you reach that point, you will see something amazing. English will no longer feel like study. It will feel like part of who you are. So do not stop at 30. Be proud of your first step, but keep moving. Every day, every week, every month, add a little more. Keep growing. Keep repeating. Keep speaking. And remember, the goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to be confident. The goal is to express yourself. The goal is to make English your voice. And one day, without even noticing, you will realize that you are fluent. You will realize that the dream you had has become true. And you will look back and see where it all started. With 30 simple words, 30 simple phrases, and 30 simple sentences. That small beginning became a great journey. That first step became your future. And now, fluency is not a dream anymore. It is your life. Now you know the secret. 30 words, 30 phrases, and 30 sentences together. Start today. Choose your first 30 words. Make your first 30 phrases, and speak your first 30 sentences. Don't just watch this video, live it. And if you want me to make more videos like this to help you grow, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment below with your first English word for today. I will see you soon in the next video.